And at 40 years, I don't wear shoes.
See.
And I said, so people say, Muta, why you don't wear shoes? I don't know what to answer them because there's a multiplicity of reasons. Because not me one as Rasta no wear shoes. You have Rasta out there no wear shoes. Me the most popular Rasta who go up on plane and walk.
I don't wear shoes sometime either.
No, I not about sometime. Where you put yourself in the thing for
then most time I don't wear shoes.
No,
most time I wear slippers or if I don't.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, greetings. I hope you all are doing good. Hope you all are doing great. So your boy here come across this one wherein MUTABARUKA shares his story pertaining to 40 years not wearing shoes, barefoot impact. Plus, guys, you will be also hearing from Damian Craford in an exclusive interview with HUGHES, fully active out. So guys, this one is gonna be really a warm and interesting one. So you wanna stay tuned and don't forget, I'm here on the Black Unity program. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you're new. With that being said, let's go ahead and hear what MUTABARUKA and Damian Craford got to say in this one. My people, let's walk.
So the other day me ask you, me interview you on the program the other day. And ask you.
Yeah, it come like you joke it
No,
over
but
there.
it wasn't a joke.
No, me never said that joke.
No. You know, look, if I and I are out of
no, you see that question there? That sound like a question now where anyone out there that say, Muta, why you not wear shoes?
No, it wasn't that. Because let me tell you what happened now. I was reading something from a Buddhist monk who was talking about the benefits of not wearing shoes.
And, them have a book named Earth for read it.
And how you shouldn't wear it at a particular time within the day. Even if you wear shoes, you should make sure that you're grounded for a little while.
Yeah.
And when I was reading it, I was the one who come to me and said, I wonder if my brethren really
wear shoes at 12 o'clock.
No, do that thing there because of some maybe physical or spiritual
well, it's through the divine powers.
That was the reason I asked you.
You said through the divine powers that is in me.
Yeah.
I never follow what you have said. That is fucking chat about divine powers. That is bunting talk. But you have said no.
All right.
My next trip with me I work on is to go to Tibet, you know.
See.
You know why I want to go to Tibet? Because I have some monk up there.
Yes.
In the Himalayas there, we don't wear shoes.
Yes.
I mean, I'm older than a whole heap of them monk there. And at 40 years, I don't wear shoes.
See.
And I said, so people say, Muta, why you don't wear shoes? I don't know what to answer them because there's a multiplicity of reasons. Because not me one as Rasta no wear shoes. You have Rasta out there no wear shoes. Me the most popular Rasta who go up on plane and walk.
I don't wear shoes sometime either.
No, I not about sometime. Where you put yourself in the thing for
man. Most time I don't wear shoes.
No,
most time I wear slippers, or if I don't wear slippers, I
all the time I don't wear shoes.
Yeah.
All the time.
Zine, so that make a difference.
No. Why I say no? When I did a come in a Rasta,
see.
A whole heap of we never did wear shoes because we start to shed things.
See.
We have shed all sorts of things, you know.
It was someone that inspired you to do that?
No. It's a whole heap of way in the bush. I shed things, because we have to do the same thing, you know. We have to shed all clothes too, you know. Because there was some man top wear clothes in the blood clot house too, you know. And woman did in there too.
So
and the daughter them stop wearing shoes.
Them want naked?
Yeah.
Naked?
Yeah, man.
Like nude?
No, not nude, naked.
What's the difference between nude and naked?
But you must tell look at two words, you say nude, naked, nude,
no,
naked.
No, me just have to re-emphasize the question to find out if them never have a no.
But me just tell you no. When you say the first thing, when you say yes or no, then why you haven't said the next one?
Because
you said naked and then when you say naked, you say nude.
Because really want to find out.
Yeah, but
if them did have a birthday.
But me understand what naked means.
True.
So you don't have to say nude after now.
We don't have the juice.
It come like you don't check me intelligence or
no, man, I know you're highly intelligent, man.
Yeah, then you must know the difference when you say naked. Naked mean no clothes.
Yes, so some were naked.
Yes.
You too?
No. I never reached the heights there yet.
Okay.
But when I tell you, all the daughters them now wear shoes. So when you see me on the road and no shoes, And the daughter them now, we nothing upon them head. Because we come tell the daughter them, say, tie up head, the Bible taught that, but tie up head. You understand? So we just lick that. You understand? Just like what I tell you, say, that's safe for a man have long in the Bible. And we have some foolishness that.
Not that too.
Yeah, and Romans them used to walk around 2 by 2.
Yeah.
Police, 2 by. You know, the police, the reason why police walk 2 is because of a Roman thing for them time there. Police walk 2 by 2, Roman soldiers walk 2 by 2. Anyway, so we are come up in a Rasta now and we are lick the shoe, lick dead skin. Because we never want to play drum with skin on it, you know.
See.
And them kind of extreme they will reach. Me and profile.
So what you used to use the drum, the skin? You have different...
A calabash we beat, man.
Okay.
Calabash, we cut the calabash and beat the calabash, man. Coconut shell and all
Aye,
that.
Tana
Oh, you mean, man? Me there in a place already with Rasta. I'll show you how I bring up in a Rasta now. The Rasta them not use nail. And nothing with metal for cook, nothing. Understand? What them call the clay pot them use. And them things and cook in a calabash. You ever cook in a calabash yet?
No, but we're cooking at the earth.
You dig out
the earth, put the food in there
calabash.
and make the fire upon the top.
We used to cook in a calabash, you know. People don't understand all that. Anyway, so we are trying now and no shoes. And I say, all right, this is part of the trad now. Because something in a way I say no shoes. It was like something in a way I say, the daughter them not really tired. Something in a way I tell you, say, boy, all right now. You know?
That's something that they tell me about Rasta too.
Yeah. But I know we want to do it. We were just youth when that happened, you know. And we come out Rasta go see that. We see Rasta live that liberty there. So we just go through now and go through. Anyway. And I realize it's almost like a rebellion too. It's a rebellion against a system where feel say, boy, if you lax and you walk without shoes, you don't have no ambition and you're mad.
Yeah.
And me kind of stubborn that way there. Me I say, them say you're not going to achieve nothing in life. If you walk barefoot and lax and all them, right? You're not going to achieve nothing. Let me say, all right, I can see where I go and then.
Prove them wrong.
So I rebel against the thing now. I say, me I go walk barefoot. Plus, me walk barefoot and me kind of pick up certain things where I don't know if other people see it, but me can know. And this is not no little divine entity or no little superstition. When people look for me, I can tell you what them having in their mind.
See.
Whether them a think good or bad, or whether them a joke it out or that, I can tell somebody. That's why I say certain things frivolously. I don't know frivolous, I say it neither, you know. Just to get a response. Because I know what somebody having in their mind. And I feel like say I true.
Grounded with the earth.
Yeah. And now I come see people a book named Earthing. Where I show you how terrible it is to wear shoes. And you see a man in England go Europe, go east. And him now walk with shoes for 6 months. And BBC go down there go interview him. And I say, but look on that.
40 years?
6 months to blood clot.
40 years, yes, sir.
And me there in England, I don't know about England. The other day, I there in Montreal. And I go in at the theatre where I go perform. And everybody sitting up at the door, I go in. And I just walk out of the blood clot car on the ice and walk going. Everybody, ah! Like, this guy's crazy, man.
When me walk go on a mount Alice.
Yeah, which part them say, yeah.
The Moses,
and we're going at 120 degrees too.
Yeah, and you see the eye walk without.
Because after a while,
he tried that day too, but it never worked so much, I tell you.
They forgot to say, yes, was going at try going at the on foot cut. You remember when they were trying going at the on the peninsula there?
Yes.
With the whole crowd them. And the foot cut. But all right, the point is that over the years, walking barefoot show me another perspective.
See.
It's a next perspective where me no want to give it up.
See.
The only way me want to give it up is something happened to my foot.
See.
The worst cut me ever get are in my yard.
Yeah.
And all people say, you walking a buckle and miles, me never get cut in the road yet.
When you walk?
Me never walk, no, me never walk on the road and get cut or something. In my yard, me get the worst cut on my foot. All the other day, I chop a banana tree and the thing itching on the banana tree and the machete goes so boom right on my foot. So see there?
See.
Stand up, so. In my yard that happened.
So nothing happened to you on the outer road?
Nothing happened to us.
I get a little surprise me here there Israel, and we'll go forward to a lady who decides that she's going to do some things with the foot. What you call that?
Reiki.
Reiki with the foot.
Yeah, them call it iridiology.
She said she's going to do mine first.
Yeah, and you're one tough no Ras.
She said she's going to do mine first.
And you're tough.
Yours to be tough.
And you're one tough like what?
I tell you, say, the lady I do mine and the lady I say, what? If my one's so tough, you just imagine how
Muta won't steer. And she fall in love with my foot.
And I tell you, so when the lady done do my foot and then she do Muta foot, and so she say, for Muta thing done like in half the amount of time, the way the man foot soft and clean.
The way I tell you, say,
yeah.
Me and my lady are walking, and woman look at me and say, Muta, boy, I like how your foot look, you know, and my wife come and say, oh, no, come feel him foot, man, and feel it. Because she know people think. See, because you walk that way there, them feet are some comfortable.
The lady was a doctor, you know, and the lady expects your foot supposed to really tough. When she
but your shoes make the foot tough, you know.
So, man.
I mean, look so. Watch out. When you, the leather where your foot are rubbed against, you know, it make it get tough. And if you take off your shoes, you know, it all have all them things there. My foot now go have them things there, you know, because I have nothing to rub against my foot.
We have some weird philosophy where maybe it's not anything, or some concept where it's not anything we're proven scientifically. But me just feel like if you should bury your foot in the earth for a little while and just stay there, it might just take out some serious toxins out of you. Come here, always check the tree them, you know.
Then the mud will take out the toxin, man. Mud take out toxin out of you, know. Especially Jamaica mud, you know.
The Jamaica mud do too.
Yeah, man. Jamaica mud take out toxins out of you, man.
So that means it's good for people
then in our iridiology, they not show you say everything we're underneath is so connected to hand. Okay, so?
Yeah.
So when a person do iridiology upon your foot, you know, they might touch it, so you know. It's
good at the kidney.
Yeah.
Around the side of the heart.
So if you walk barefoot, you automatically get an automatic massage.
See?
You have to watch where you walk, you know.
Not so much when you walk on them concrete something you do and them asphalt there.
Why not?
No, me just
ask.
Me ask, you know.
Yeah, but you see, hot and cold are the same thing, you know. Hot and cold are the same thing.
See it.
Hot and cold burn you.
See it.
Yeah, so when we walk in England or go to Switzerland and them places, and me walk in the cold below zero, and when we go in Israel there, in Jericho, we are 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and me there at Jamaica. And people say, Lord God, your foot now burn you. And I go to America, Switzerland, and say, Lord God, your foot no cold.
That's true, man.
I say, my nose feel more cold than my foot.
People make song all off of that, man.
1,000,001 song there only.
Muta left England, go Israel, and we there in some line, and me there behind him. Like me always say, well, me the opposite eye.
Yeah, not behind, not behind.
Me always see him to be like me, I say.
You have security.
Yeah, I'm security. I'm going to tell you, like him, the way the man dressed, him dress. That way they overseas.
Yeah, me not dress that way there, you know.
No,
dress different.
Me not apologize for it.
No apologize, no apologize, no apologize.
Muta dress that way, I love it.
They make him weird that way there.
Not them. Aye, them. Born them and those anyway.
They're not them and those me born, and them and those who make him weird, them think they me born them right.
Aye, but hold on now. Everyone who passed the virgin, look on them foot. Everyone. Like, and who never see, that one they tell the next one say, look for you know what I mean? And fascinating.
And they look up at them, hey, that guy has on no shoes.
Come on,
but I mean, it's not a religious thing.
See?
It's a religious thing. But here I know, here the people stay now. If you show them never similar shoes, if you put on a shoes, no people say, boy, Muta get rich and switch. A joke business.
It's nice to see you drive some nice vehicle like all that and step out.
Oh, yeah, man. They forgot my Volvo.
I love that.
When I come through my Volvo to me, a man say, let in PG. Can you see him drive, you know? Yeah. And when them look at it, they say, what a Muta.
No shoes.
And when I show you, say, it make you think, it make you look on people and know exactly how the thing work.
Yeah.
Because they might expect us, like we go to a certain place and how them hear me attack.
Yeah.
It's like I'm barefoot, you know, I'm not supposed to know these things.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know, and then on TV I attack. So you don't have to love me, but you see the respect.
See.
You command a certain respect.
Yes.
See, when most people don't have, because them say you're old to wear.
You believe
You're
it,
believing her.
See.
So you're old to it. And you say, and this is me I go through. So me decide when me I go wear shoes.
See.
Men and people can't tell me, so me now wear. If me not put on the shoe, me can't get no job.
See.
I me not put on the shoe, me can't go there, so I go there. So
Yeah.
and me I decide that. See?
You're an entrepreneurial man.
Plane, one time I about going on a plane, you know. And them say, excuse me, sir, you can't go on a shoe. I say, then what we are going to do now? You know, them go inside. You know, them always get this package in a first class. Me I about get and put on the socks and it's like a slave slipper that will go in and the thing. Me I say, but look at that now. If me really religious about it, would I feel at this day and to say, why am I going to break my rule and go put on slippers? No, because no. You ever hear the story about the two monks them? There's two monks I go cross a river. And them say a woman I try cross the river. But them religion say they must touch woman.
Yes.
You hear that story already?
No.
All right. Them go cross the river and them see a woman. And them religion say them not supposed to touch woman. So when them stop beside the woman now, one of the monks lift up the woman and carry her go cross the river.
Yeah.
And put her down. Well, so two of them a walk. When them a walk now, the other one, I said, wait, you can't answer. He said, hey, tell me something. Our religion told us that we're not supposed to touch women. And you actually took up the woman. Him look, the other one look at him and said, look here, man, I left the woman at the river edge and you still a carry her.
Not carry her in her mind.
So what I say now is that me wouldn't feel no way for weird shoes.
See.
You see it?
You remember who promised you the first one, right?
But you don't give me it up to now.
You kind of tell me say
I sell out business.
No, if you...
No, man, you're a man of your word.
Yeah,
not a man of your deeds. You're a man of your word.
It's a word and deeds, man.
No, you never give me the shoes. From me go to Israel,
you know your size, by the way?
Hear what me say?
You know your size?
You're Lieutenant Stitchy? You're Lieutenant Stitchy, right?
Oh, Damian for Damian. Good morning.
Namesake, how you do?
Good morning.
Morning, Damian Craford. I always call Tyrone, but I've never spoken to Chris. Nice to speak to you, Chris.
Yes. Good.
Yes. Quick question. Last week Friday, funny enough, I was posing a question to Tyrone about Damian, and here is Damian here now. So, Damian, here is Damian question. On the conference, I heard you speak about giving every children free lunch. Yes. You know, I have duly respect for you. I'm not in favor with all those things because I'm a conservative and I'm from a country who give every children free lunch. And my wife also is a teacher, and she can say that a lot of the students them doesn't eat the lunch. Yes. You know, because their parents can provide. You know? So my question is, how would I be able to pay for the free lunch? Because you use an analogy that the prisoners
they'll get 3 meals in jail.
Can afford to give meals per day.
Yes.
But when I do the math, the last time I heard a statistic about the prisoner to ratio, it was about 6,000, or a little bit below 6,000. You know, so if I were round it off at 7,000.
Yes.
And when I was going to Jamaica, my school on one shift probably about 1,500 students.
Yes.
So I'm wondering how that math will work for us to pay and how you will work out the money, how much it would cost for a school to a park. Because in my case, not even a park that would feed. You understand me?
Yes, yes.
So I will hear and see how you work that out. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Damian.
Thank you very much for the question. Now,
yes.
So you have carried us now to this other problem, which is called a nutrition gap.
Yes.
So there's a lot of students out there. They said that 33% of Jamaican children arrive at school hungry. That's about 142,000. Now, when they say they arrive at school hungry, it means that they got there at 7:30 having not had breakfast. And then it also contributes, one of the major contributors to the absenteeism in Jamaica is because of availability of food. So they don't have lunch money, bus fare, etc. So in what they call chronic absenteeism is 10% absence, which in our case would be 19 days. However, Statin reported that in the urban areas...
Well, you're assuming that your listeners understand what you're talking about.
Right, sorry.
Chronic absenteeism,
yes.
10%.
Yes.
You say 19 days.
Yes.
The average school year in Jamaica is
190 days. Correct, yes.
So that's what you're talking about.
So chronic absenteeism is absenteeism sufficient to negatively affect performance.
Yes.
So therefore, if you miss 10% of the time, you're likely to not perform very well.
Right.
And they say if you miss 20% of the time, you're likely to perform in an exam as if you did not go to school. And this is because education is cumulative, meaning I expect to teach you what you, in addition to what you learned yesterday.
You're building
on. So a simple example, in mathematics, I will teach you factorization on Tuesday and then teach you quadratic equation on Thursday, because quadratic equation is dependent on your understanding of factorization.
Right.
If you're absent on Tuesday, even your presence on Thursday, unless I'm going to teach it over, but you're not learning anything on Thursday because it is dependent on your understanding. In the rural areas, we have 67% present. That means we have 33% absenteeism. So they're very chronic. And in the urban area...
Say that again?
In
rural area, Jamaica?
Right. We have a 33% absenteeism.
For the school year?
For the school year. And in urban spaces, we have a 18 to 20% absenteeism. And the urban spaces is is subsidized by the traditional schools having 100%. So the non-traditional school is closer to the rural spaces. So basically we're saying in Jamaica we're all chronically absent. And therefore most of our children are performing, as the World Bank said, as if they got 7 years of adequate education, even though they attended school for 11 years.
Wow.
Right? So you pay school fee, you buy book, you buy bag for 11 years. But that absenteeism contributes to that because it is an add-on. Right? And they become frustrated and them think them done and they nobody want to learn. So when we reviewed what Hughie wrote about the 10 reasons for absenteeism, violence was one. Rain and weather. Many rural spaces, once rainfall, taxi can't drive, them can't reach the school. Distance traveled. We have 850 primary schools, but 150 something secondary schools. So proximity to a secondary school was never a priority because constitutionally is not a right. Constitutionally, your right ends at a primary school. So therefore, primary schools are more in proximity than secondary schools, with 850 all over the place and only 150 something secondary schools. So what we said to ourselves, therefore, is that if nutrition is so important, so much so that some schools are offering mathematics in the morning just to get the advantage of the breakfast.
Wow.
Because the kids not going to have no lunch. You understand? So if that is an issue, then we should provide a lunch per child. Right? Now that will be about $27 billion when we do the mathematics on it. We're averaging that per year. Now we
$27 billion for approximately 500,000?
400 and something thousand children.
400, yeah.
And times 20 days, times the 290 days,
right?
Whatever, right? So,
well, but wouldn't you have to means test that, because not all 400,000 would need it?
Don't need your money, but what we are seeing also is that children who can buy lunch are not getting a nutritious lunch because there was no research into what nutrition they need. So you can get a food with one little tubs of vegetable, whole heap of rice, whole heap of gravy, and piece of chicken. So therefore you find that our girls, because of their menstrual cycle, they're short of iron, and you find that our boys, because of their muscle development, are short of protein. So we're saying we need to develop 25 menus that the school can choose from, that this is what you should offer.
And I see where you emphasize in one of the papers that we should focus on Jamaican staples.
Yes.
And protein.
Because we then develop the economy as well.
Yeah.
Because we're doing rice, but we're not doing rice and pumpkin rice or callaloo rice, or which we grow, which will then pay his mom for growing callaloo or pay his dad for growing pumpkin. And then that now creates greater nutrients than we're having access to. So therefore, we want to engage these nutritionists for a nutrition profile of what our primary school boys and primary school girls, what our high school boys and high school girls, what they should be consuming in portions and in content. And then
and you make a distinction between the boys and the girls.
Yes, because as I said, protein is an inadequacy for our boys. The muscle development that is happening has created that, and iron deficiency with the menstrual cycle has created that. So when any woman that have iron deficiency, they know that them feel lethargic from morning till night. So a girl that is not, so even if she have money, what is available to her? And the government now has been talking about sugary drinks and all of that. So it's not like this is a totally new conversation. It's just that we haven't carried it to the point to say we are designing lunches that should be in school. And these are not only, that's why I was at 25. You can choose a banana casserole with this, that, because we have designed it, we have taste tested it, and this should be in school. Because even those with money are not affording. So it is not, one of the problems that they found in the US, why I wanted to say every child, is that if the food is for the poor, it is frowned upon, it's stigmatized, and so then the poor don't even want it.
Yeah,
you understand?
Don't want to be seen to be having
so
it.
Therefore, the system that we have might have a means test, meaning you pay on your card, but everybody get the same food.
Right. Some schools actually do that.
Right. Yeah. So the mother might say, all right, I'm going to give my $3 a month but my child get the same food. Because once you start to say this is the poor food, then you're in the consumption, and the schools are now facing that with path lunches, because children take the path lunch and then sell it back to somebody. You understand? And then him go buy a coffee strip. So these are some of the experiences that we have found. So when we say 1 meal per child, and one of the things that I find to be a problem, if we say 40 billion for road, nobody think that we can't afford it. But if we say 30 billion for school, immediately. So we want to fix the road we drive on, but we're not fixing the road they're going down. Our children going down this crazy road to poverty and criminality and social upheaval. And there is a reservation in fixing that road. But if we say 100 billion for potholes,
we don't have a problem.
Nobody question 100 billion for potholes. You understand? But if we said, okay, we want to board 30% of our children, a man say, how are you going to afford it? Right now, if we don't do that, Cliff, when we have this absenteeism problem, first of all, we can't do proper specialist school without boarding, because everybody must have access to a specialist school. It can't be that we have to live in proximity to a specialist school to have access. So if I'm going to put 4 schools with chef labs, chef kitchens to train chefs, so that when our hotels have to import people, an overman must can come to it. So you need boarding for that specialization. If I'm going to do some for automotive services, you need boarding to facilitate that. But if you're going to re-engineer the society, you also need to separate some of these kids from the communities of influence, because they are being recruited by gangs. And they come and rate teacher for 2 hours and then go back and rate Dan for 14 hours. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So therefore, what I am finding is a reservation, and education has never won elections, unfortunately. I have experience where they demonstrated in East Rural, so education can't and Picnic don't vote.
When they demonstrate against you.
Yes. Right? So it's not a political, because it takes long, the term done before you see the results of it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because what you're talking about, is going to take 10, 15 years.
15 years for you to see the outcome, but you will start to see the progress. You don't have a house, but you see the blocks.
Yes,
you start to see the foundation. So if I said to you, education is cumulative, then how is it that we're testing at the end of the term? So all that him never understand before hasn't been corrected. So if we don't expand the school day to 4:30 instead of 2:30, we won't be able to have the homework centers, the remedial classes, and we're sending home children without adult supervision.
Hold on. What did you just say?
That we believe.
You believe?
Yeah.
You said we, pronoun.
Yes.
We.
Yes. I'm speaking on behalf of the People's National Party.
Okay, hold it for us
Fully
after
authorized.
the break. Fully Hold on, we're going to come back after the break. You just said something that after the break. Yes, and just before the break, Senator Craford said that, listen, he's putting on the table, the opposition is putting on the table, the policy shift to extend the school day to 4:30 from 2 o'clock.
Right, from 2:30.
From 2:30.
Yes.
How are you going to get the JTA
to
buy into this?
Well, I don't know why people believe the JTA is anti-education and anti-progress. They're anti-being enslaved. So therefore, people want to be rewarded for their effort. Even when you look at the current proposal for the teaching policy, it has a stick, but it has no carrot. So if you don't do this, you're going to get that. If you don't do this, you're going to get that. But you don't go, if you do this, you get something else. So therefore, what we are looking at, first of all, why we need this. We're sending home children at 2:30 when no adult gets home until 7:30. Based on traffic when work finish, etc. We have a 47% single parent experience. So if one parent is in the household and that parent is engaged in earning functions, the child is home being recruited by gangs and being molested by adults, right? That is why 6,000 of our young girls are having children before the age of 15, right? That is why we call them unattached. So therefore we're saying, yeah, and we're also sending them home with homework to a 9th grade dropout. That doesn't make any sense. 11th grade homework to a 9th grade dropout. So we're saying if we extend the school day from 2:30 to 4:30, that 2 hours on a Monday and a Wednesday will be used for homework and remedial lessons. So you didn't understand factorization, as I said earlier, you will do that in the afternoons. Because if you don't get that before Thursday, you're not going to understand quadratic. So there is immediate remediation. And then 2 days for socialization for clubs and societies and those participation so that they can be engaged. As I said, on what they call it again, when they say the criminals are recruiting unattached youth. But what have we done to attach them? In the cadet corps, in the girls' guide. So therefore, we're saying all schools should have Tuesdays and Thursdays reserved for clubs and societies, Mondays and Wednesdays for remedial effort and homework sessions. If you find a child is in need of greater remediation, then you pull him out of clubs and society and him get that remediation in the Tuesdays and Thursdays as well, so that he isn't left behind until the end of the year. We're saying, Jesus Christ, this one failed, but we still have to send him forward because we don't have the space to repeat it. So that's the reason why we want to do that. How are we going to get teachers to be engaged? Now, a school will have 80, at the secondary level, 80 teachers, which means that for 2 days, we would only need 40 at a time. So a teacher really is going to give me 2 days of the week because it will rotate, right? But additionally, we'll use technology to remove one of the most hardest task of marking papers. Right? You have AI technology now that automatically marks based on the teacher putting in just the proposed answer. This is the proposed answer. Scan it into AI and it's marked. Sending a review on each course. So if you look on Google Visionary and all them, they have AI things. So we're taking out that arduous task. We're still asking teachers, you have to write a lesson plan. Instead of having a stock lesson plan for grade 7, pathway 1, stock lesson plan
that
for
is being done
pathway 2. Yes, they're starting to implement that. But what they've not added to that is a video of a proposed methodology or proposed strategy. So when I'm teaching grade 7 pathway 1 fractions, I can watch a master teacher video. Say, these are the styles and methods that them use. All right, cool, I'm going to use that next week. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So therefore, when you take out that administrative arduous thing, because the teacher don't finish at 2:30, the teacher don't even finish on Friday. They have to mark papers. A teacher teaches 4 classes of 40 people. So you imagine how long it takes you to mark 160 books. Right? So many people say, they only teach till 2:30. 9 o'clock she's still marking book. Saturday she's marking book. Sunday. So we're taking out that arduous task. And then we will reward them as well for those who seek to participate. Some of the rewards include qualification for being a senior teacher, master teacher, and stuff like that. So when we look, Cliff, we're saying, listen, if you get 80% improvement or 80% passes, and make sure we note the difference, because some schools have very good children and some schools get children that are unfortunately below the average. So if you get 20% improvement on the child that you receive, then you should automatically, on 80% of the children, you should be a senior teacher. Shouldn't be somebody just feel a vibes and just that performance. If you maintain next year, you get a senior teacher pay again or a senior teacher bonus at the end. If you get 80% of your children pass a subject, you should be a senior teacher. So some of the rewards is not is to now promote you based on your performance. You understand?
Hold it. We have a caller online for you, Senator Craford. Everton, good morning.
Blessings. How are you doing? Morning, everybody.
Morning, Everton.
All right, here's my issue now. For me, the classroom is the most unpleasant place to work. And you can ask the United Nations. I think they did a survey the other day, which established, I don't remember how much teachers they said the classroom need now. So, teachers and the classroom being this unattractive place, which in a sense affect how kids learn, right?
Yes.
And it's not just unique to Jamaica. Right? Even in America, the education system there are searching for teachers. Teachers are moving out of the classroom and moving to other areas. Right? I get the impression as if teacher issue is just unique to Jamaica. And I've seen that argument propaganded almost every cycle. But maybe, Damian, you can tell me the amount of teachers that the United Nations said the classroom globally required presently. But here my issue now, because I know other persons might want to speak. All right, you have a child and you feed him fat and you dress him properly and you send him to school.
Yes.
Right? But this child live in our garrison.
Yes.
Right? This child I hear a gunshot about every night. This child I see him, our big brother, his big brother with a tool. This little girl I see her mother, her big sister behave inappropriately, right?
Yes.
The issue with me have, and for me, as far as politics is concerned, I think I am done because people just say what them want you to hear as politician. I've lost faith in politicians. But hear me, every constituency who ever done have a member of parliament or a caretaker, right? Every constituency. So all of these children are spanned across the length and breadth of Jamaica, living in a constituency where inappropriate action, badmanism, danism, murders every day. For me, and this I've seen for years, not just now, but me is a grown person. I've seen this for years. Me born and grow up West Kingston, right? And I've seen this for years. When a government is as the reign in the country, crime and violence is responsibility, and then the opposition just use it as a tool, then for prepare his or herself to come back in a power. Now, dear man, you have good ideas, right? Great ideas. But if we don't create environment that is conducive to peace, tranquility, where a child can sit down doing more work, can play a marble outside, all of these stuff we're talking about, we're going to end up another 15 years with somebody maybe having the same discussion. The root of Jamaica problem is crime and violence, and I believe it's not just the responsibility of the government, it's the responsibility of all of us and the opposition. Margolin, a jungle in there, people are there at Kirk Town, the Prime Minister in their Waterhouse, people are dying there, and all of these communities, kids are living there, and when we see that them scores not coming up, sometimes we no wonder if this is the factor will affect them. We believe so well a budget are feeding or something like that. We need to start look on the thing the right way.
Let me hear Senator Craford on that. Senator.
Well, for sure, trauma is an impact on children and everybody. Some of them have lose loved ones themselves, and most times when they lose loved ones, the government intervention ends with 2 days or 3 days of visitation, which often don't solve the problem. However, the bigger point that was made, I believe, is that there is a global teacher shortage, and by extension, in responding to the global environment, a government have a duty to fight for its space in the global environment, to maintain our teachers, as the US is fighting to recruit teachers. So the solution, I believe, starts with an effort to retain our teachers. And to retain our teachers, we must look at what are the push factors for migration. The push factors is inability to own a home. So therefore, we believe that special concession should be made at NHD, that once you remain a teacher, the special concession continues, but once you leave the classroom, it transforms to a normal loan. Many banks have offered special rates to their employees. When they leave, it become a normal loan with a normal rate. We believe that concessions should be offered at a special rate for every 5 years that you stay. So you get a 5% off for 5 years, 10% off for 10 years, so that you may want to stay as a teacher. There's a benefit. We believe that for each year that you remain in the classroom, your student loan should be written off. So for year 1, your student loan is written off. If it was 200,000, we'll pay it. Next year you stay, we'll pay another 200,000. So those are strategies to become competitive, because England is trying to be competitive by paying a relocation amount of $2 million. And California is trying to be competitive by taking your family. You understand? So I'm giving you the first 3 months of housing. So if we just watch and do nothing, we'll be left behind. And
all right, thank you, Everton. You have a follow-up?
Yeah, man, bless them.
All right, thank you. Here's one on WhatsApp for you, Damian. This is one of the best conversations I've ever heard from a politician in Jamaica in my 38 years.
Thank you.
The person goes on to say, these are the issues that we should be having debates about. But will we ever mature as a country to get there? Yeah? I would vote for him now. And the person goes on, teacher them now go agree because it will cut out the extra lessons money. This is your idea about extending the school day from 2:30 to 4:30. Person says teacher them now go agree because it will cut out the extra lessons money for them.
I disagree because mathematically less for more people can equal the same. So total revenue is price times quantity. So if we said to the teachers, all right, then you would have gotten $3,000 for the day, right? But we are going to give you 2,500. What would be the reason? So one of the things I want, for example, is that $2,000 for every child will get at grade 2. Now, if a teacher is teaching 80 people, him can be rewarded for the $2,000 for every child will get at grade 2. We want to say, yo, this is a teacher's discount to go to hotels. Your discount is based on your performance. So therefore, I don't believe that they are unreasonable people, but nobody wants additional work for nothing. Not you, not me, not anybody. Right. So therefore, we feel that we can engage that army of 40,000 teachers. We feel that we can engage that army of 2,000 principals, 4,000 guidance counselors to then say, listen, we can change the society. That is why in my speech at the conference, I said we will surpass Trinidad and Barbados, because I'm trying to build a national thing that our team is going into CXC, right? And children are saying, I'm on Team Jamaica to go to CXC. That's how we deal with Carifta. The coaches get the extra time because they want to win. You understand? So because we're so competitive as a space, I start to position it in my mind to say, yo, listen, we're competing. They are at 45, we're at 18. We can't keep it like that. So a person will get them coach jacket, a student who met the team because he qualifies for 5 subjects, will get him Jamaica t-shirt and feels like he's a part of it. How do you sustain it? You have to study 4 hours. Yeah, but it's marketing. Yeah. It is opinions, it is beliefs, it is engagement, motivation. So when a child get him Jamaica shirt and him knows him have to study 4 hours to maintain his Jamaica shirt, he then starts to act as if he want to win for Team Jamaica, and the principal call him up from Ascot High, 5 of us are on Team Jamaica CXC. Right. He feels like there is a benefit. Yeah. But only the footballer get that benefit currently. Right.
Hold the line. We're taking more of your calls for Senator Damian Craford, and your questions. You can post them online as well at Nationwide, where you can go on our YouTube platform, Nationwide 90 FM Live. He's seeing the comments. Yeah. What do you make of the comments?
Well, most of them are funny, but there are some people the one who said Tutus is a good kid still have to say that.
They're out in their numbers. And the reactions are amazing as usual. Betsy Paul says talk and nothing else. Real Me says Masama no like crow.
You know the business where we are talking about. You just about a different story.
No. Well, here's another WhatsApp. Hey Cliff, hide my identity. She doesn't want me to call her identity. Yes. I'll tell you she's a banker.
I think that's favor.
No. No, that's not favor. She says, please ask Craford about the relevance of CXC exam to the real world versus International Baccalaureate IB program and other programs that need to be implemented to better prepare our students for the real world. Does the opposition have a position on encouraging a change in the overall CXC curriculum?
No, but to expand the options that they have. One of the things that we want to do is to use HEART to build out a cluster of 4 labs in each high school. So we want to take over the next 4 years, $5 billion from HEART to build a cluster of vocational opportunities. And they'll be used for the children in the day and for the adults in the night. So we're expanding HEART's capacity. So one of the things we have learned is that you can do 2 exams. You can do an exam in CXC for electrical and do a international exam as well. But what the exam does is to prove the person's capacity. You need a strategy to prove people's capacity. So you will still have to do an exam, and not all our children are going to be migrating. So while we want them to be globally competitive, CXC has been recognized by many foreign universities, etc. So we want to just carry it to a global acceptance more so than just moving away from CXC, because there's another activity that is there. So at current, the opposition isn't thinking of doing away with CXC, but to add the options and to promote that you don't have to be dunce to do vocations. It is vocation is after you have failed everything, we then start to say, oh, go to, instead of saying that this is an opportunity. And with due respect to Favour Williams, she has said something that the public misunderstood and criticized her, unfortunately. She said, expose them to vocational jobs in primary school, not the vocational activity. I don't want them to be welding in primary school and things, but what vocational jobs like welding can do, so that them become interested in that early, as versus when him reach 11th grade, now it's a go hard because you have failed. So therefore we will push the vocational components. We will try to get international recognition for the current exams that we offer, and we will also incorporate overseas.
All right. We have another caller, Chris. Chris?
Morning, Cliff.
Morning.
Morning to you, Senator Crawford.
How you do, Chris? Respect.
Blessed man, give thanks. It's always good to hear you.
Love.
Very potent discussion, especially in your portfolio as spokesman on education.
Respect.
And you will not be upset with me if I say to you that I'm a little bit disturbed, because I love the ideas. I love what you are depositing here. But one of my biggest concern is, will you be challenged by your own party by midday tomorrow?
No.
We've had that in the past, Damian, where you come with brilliant ideas. But
no, fully authorized today.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Fully authorized.
No, in every cabinet there's a competition for resources, because in every society there's a competition. The person in health will say, yo, listen, I need 10,000 more. The person for roads. So every minister is going to say that they need more. So there'll be competition and there'll be quarreling. And I guess that's how we reach equilibrium. I believe we need $25 billion more to make education efficient. And if that comes our way, we can implement these things and transform it in the next 7 to 10 years.
Well, I'm happy you put a number to it, Damian, because you did so the last time you had that conversation re-education.
Yes.
And one of the things that Jamaicans are asking, and have always been asking, and one of the biggest challenges the opposition faces, is to identify where funding is going to be coming from. Because, look, we can have all the greatest ideas in the world.
Yes.
But I don't think the Jamaican people have the appetite today to go back into a situation where taxes are the only vehicle to gain funding for initiatives and programs.
Well, government programs are funded by taxes. That is the truth. However,
I know that's
the current taxes have created a certain budget, 1.3 trillion. And that 1.3 trillion have three components. The first of which is that each of us have to pay the salaries. The second each of us have to do is to pay the debt. And then there's a component that is based on the government in power discretion, their priorities. And so I think sometimes people are unfair to the opposition because it assumes that we'll take on all the current government priorities and then add our priorities onto it. But some of these priorities that they have are not things that we believe are the priorities of the society. So if we believe that within the 1.3 trillion, education should get $25 billion more, then it might mean that something else get 2 billion less and something else get 3 billion less. But the priority of our government is that.
You're proposing that, though, which I can't disagree with you on that. You're proposing that we need more funding. If my memory serves me right, I think the education gets the lion's share of the current budget. But if you are proposing that we need $25 billion more, the last time you have this substantive conversation on education, you proposed an increase in GCT. Are you still at that position? And if you're not at that position, what's your new position now?
Because I overstepped my boundary at that time, because there's another person who's supposed to tell me how I'm going to get the money. That's Julian Robinson. So I'm stuck in with saying I need $25 billion more.
Have that conversation with Julian.
So we are, man. So we have had the discussions and we have had the conversations. But I am not a one-man band. So when I go and say, oh, this is what education need, and then gone over into the finance person component now and said this is how we're going to do it, I would have overstepped at that time. So may accept that, you understand me? But what I'm saying at this point is that I have identified, and Cliff can tell you that I've also sent budgetary calculations for every single one of the things that we have discussed. Now, based on constraints, we might have to then change some by saying, okay, we only can do 99%. Maybe we have to ask for contribution for food. Maybe we have to ask people to adopt a child for their lunch. So the diaspora might be called in to say, all right, it's $500 a day. Would you adopt a child financially? So there's going to be other strategies when I get the full ministry to educate me with their expertise. Currently, I'm working off just reading 2 or 3 documents on the internet and my own knowledge and experience. But when you have the full suite of government behind you, you will then work out the totality in a much better way.
But you have to also recognize, Damian, that when you get the full suite of government behind you, what you're conceptualizing in your mind now might be totally different when you get there. Because the difficulty I have, is that we can come up with all the great ideas, Cliff.
Yes.
But the truth is, I don't see us going back down the road where every time an initiative is to be implemented in Jamaica, there's a new tax to facilitate.
Yeah, I doubt that the public won't accept that. But I also put to you that generally the Ministry of Education don't have powerful ministers. And I have put in enough effort to be reasonably powerful within my political party.
Well, you have to be careful.
So we will fight for some money, understand? We will fight for my things.
but I like
poor anti-favor might can't fight them like that,
Well, speaking of favor, Chris, listen to this person on YouTube, Damian. This person is Popper. Says, Damian, cross the floor and come take education ministry. I'm going to put favor of finance.
Might send off a secondment letter. Might give me a secondment letter.
One of the things that I've always heard out in the space is that the policies and ideas of Damian Craford really doesn't sit well with the policies and ideas of the People's National Party. So a lot of times
Michael Manley will disagree vehemently.
but Damian, you have to drill down for us though, really and truly, because when I look at some of the things that you have proposed this morning, a lot of these things are being done, And as a student, when my aunt took me from St. Elizabeth into St. Mary at Iona High School, I was a boarder.
Yes.
I understand how important boarding school was. It helped to shape your mind as a youngster. You had no room to really get caught up into gang relations and gang activities and all that good stuff. However, you have to now tell us, Damian, because you have deposited that idea some time ago, and you come back and reiterate it again about boarding schools solving the absenteeism in school. Yes. I want to hear from you. How is it that we are going to fund this? Because this is a huge undertaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And we have 15 minutes left, so I'll take all that time.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, man.
All right, Cliff.
Respect. Good. Thank you. Yeah. So. Let's
go to the break and no problem. Senator Craford.
Yes.
Read what you just said to me in the YouTube.
The time I run out because Angelo Kubis. So like one of a cover them tuning just with that.
No, the YouTubers are being hilarious.
Yeah, them sample.
All right, who is next on the line? No, 13 minutes going up to noon. Dwayne, we have to go bring you back.
No problem, man, because we want to have the conversation.
Yes, because we haven't gone to funding.
Yeah,
as you have outlined
how to be. Yeah,
yes, and the whole your formula,
right?
And inputs, the cost plus
approach. Yeah,
I found it. I was reading it at 4:00 this morning.
Yes,
and I found it fascinating.
Thank you very much, man. Yes,
because the different elements, and it is something that we have not addressed.
No, we just each school get a money and
based on the number of students. Yeah. But as you point out in that piece, a non-performing school should not be funded on that basis.
No, because it needs more intervention.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, and you identified a number of factors.
Yes.
Security.
Right.
The age of the plant.
Right.
Socializing.
Socialization.
The faculty.
Community violence level.
Yes. Which I thought at least as a person said to me who is listening, you're thinking about the real issues. Yeah.
I don't mean I'm right at the first time.
It doesn't necessarily mean that.
Right.
Yeah?
But you have to engage the issues, engage the policies, and then say, I think this, debate with someone, improve it, and go again. So that is a process that I'm thankful that you have allowed me to start.
And I would love if you would encourage more of your colleagues. It's easy to criticize and to exploit the discontent.
Yes.
It's more difficult to do what you are doing.
Maybe which is beat them, so that's why they know what comes up.
Let me not beat you.
No, I'll be used to it, man. But no, yeah.
No, but if you apply yourself, as you have obviously done.
Yes, sir.
When I read the papers this morning, you have thought about the real nitty-gritty issues. And several questions, as Chris says, funding,
right?
Capacity to deliver,
right,
are issues. But the point is, you have started to say, listen, these are the problems that we have to confront.
Yes.
Let us begin
quickly.
Yes. Next caller on the line. Who is it? Dwayne for Crawford.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right.
Dean, good morning.
How are you doing, my brother?
Yes, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
When you came into politics, you see, people like me was like my antenna was up.
Respect.
All right, and knowing that you're bright and coming out and you have new ideas, and to make the thing seems to be moving innovatively. If I want to say that. Now you make a statement about some dirty neighbor right now to make the point. I'm saying to you, then I know that maybe you'd have apologized for saying so.
Yes.
But I recognize though, what is in politicians that when they go on the platform, that all that they learn in high school and everything with ethics. Because I want to say this to you quick before you answer.
Yes.
Somebody can go for an interview.
Yes.
One have 15 subjects. Brilliant. I one only have 3.
Yes.
But because of the work ethics, the one with the 3 gets better. And the company will work with the one with the 3.
Yes.
Knowing that person have a better work ethic and get the job, and the one with the 15 don't get it because of the attitude and behavior.
I understand.
I'm saying our politicians need to think, especially when you know that your party is not doing well. You go and make a statement like that now will make you drop points because people look at you different.
Right.
And when you make the statement, you might have apologized, but why did you make a statement like that?
I don't know why I made that statement. But as you said, it was incorrect. And I have no negative towards JLP people. My uncle Ransford Braham is a senator for the Jamaica Labour Party. So, but that speech came on the radio in totality because there were some of these nuggets in it about how we're living and why we were living. So I was incorrect, and so I can't go much further.
Just to say that. I'm not going to hold it again, but I'm just saying.
Thank you.
Not only alone you make these speeches, right across the little bit of Jamaica, we keep politicians go and make some statement and then sorry about it.
Adrenaline, man. Adrenaline, when you go up on the stage and 40,000 people are midnight, sometimes adrenaline. And as you know, I'm going to write my speech then too, so that is one of the things I've been trying to.
Going forward, sir.
Yes.
Every Jamaican, the 3 million Jamaicans, both men, women, boy and girl, are important to you. And you don't mind if all of them vote for you.
Remember, 450,000 children, they're waiting on me to become the minister,
Absolutely. And as on the other side, both sides must recognize that we are looking on and we can see, and now we have all different kind of media to learn.
Yeah,
and
man.
we are not see that anymore, so we need to think before we talk.
Thank you, brother.
But anyway,
all right.
Okay.
Thank you, Dwayne. All right, we have several questions for you, Senator Crawford, so we have to arrange to bring you back here another morning. But here's one on YouTube. Lori B, I have a question. Why are remedial or special education students given the same exam as the others? Why is a grade 3 assessment and PEP not modified for them?
Well, the standard that you have set is that we would want our child to be at this standard. And so therefore the remedial child who don't reach a standard, that must be noted. And that they're not at the standard. The problem is that there is no real remediation after. So as I've explained with this current 33% mathematics, there was very limited intervention that changed the 44% PEP. So when you see that the child is not doing well, right? So, for example, summer school isn't utilized effectively for remedial. In fact, most times the one who's interested go to summer school. There's no determination. You have to come and you have to come. And it's a real summer school with a real summer semester. We don't use the evenings for remedial. So, therefore, the cumulative nature, they fail others because they don't understand this one. So, they fail 10 because they don't understand this one. So, that is why we're saying we want to use the weekdays, we want to use weekends to do the instant remediation. For each area of the syllabus, you will be tested, analyzed, and remedial efforts for this part so that you can move on to the next part. Instead of at the end of the year, we don't know what to do because you have to move on without the capacity.
Here's another one. This is a consistent nationwide Cliff Hughes Online listener. Please ask Damian to explain how proximity and transport are the number one contributor to the performance gap.
To the absenteeism, but yes, that is yes, all right. So absenteeism is a number one contributor to the achievement gap because of the cumulative nature. And so children who, for example, live very far from school, they don't have the affordability component to get to school. Also, many of them within these rural spaces don't have infrastructure development. So even the lack of water, due to droughting situations, will cause for a child not to attend school. Him can't bathe this morning. Him don't attend school. They $1,500, $1,600 per day because of the distance. So he must take 3 buses or whatever. So therefore the mother can only afford 3 days. So those are the things that the distance to the secondary school have created that hindrance to continuously go to school every day.
Yeah. We're out of time.
No problem.
Tell us the last. I give you the last word.
No, well, I can be found online. If a person have any part of an idea, DM me or publicly, because we're really trying to find the solution. It is a search for solution. I have researched the things that I've said, and I believe that at this point I'm correct. But if I can be convinced that there's another method, there's another strategy or something left out. So I thank Cliff and Nationwide for giving me the opportunity to speak on some, because there's about another 5-6 papers that we haven't even touched.
Yes.
But that I will be very happy to engage anyone who wants to have a conversation.
We'll have to bring you back.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Respect.
All right. All right. That's
So my people, this one was indeed an interesting one. So feel free to leave an honest comment down in the comment section, and also on own opinion. And you don't know say me day upon the Black Unity program. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you're new. Big up to each and everyone. Up until then, peace out. Adios.